After 16 years of living in New Zealand, moving from Britain, we have returned back to the UK with our family to spend time over here. And this week, we're going to share the challenges that we've faced being back in the old home country. It's a completely different feel to how it was when we were here the last time.
Yeah.
It's expensive, mind you.
I look at it sometimes as like, if you were to go back to New Zealand by ourselves, I can't think of anything better. Sometimes.
Oh, see?
No, yeah, but I can't.
I'm sorry,
no,
Bri.
but I'm just saying, I can't.
I can't think of anything worse.
What?
Sit back and enjoy this podcast as we share the ups and the downs of coming back to the UK. Torn between two lovers, feeling like a fool. Loving both of you is breaking all the rules. We're here today to talk about living in England when you're from New Zealand. Even though you were born in England, you've lived in New Zealand for 16 years and you've returned home. We're here to talk about the challenges that we're facing being back in the UK. Yep. Hello and welcome back to the podcast. I'm Liz.
I'm Brian.
And we are here in Bathford, just outside Bath in the UK. We're on a year-long trip. We left our home in New Zealand 6 months ago now.
Yes.
With our kids, we're here with our young adult kids. They're 21 and 24. And we are traveling for a year to try is not the right word because we're succeeding at reconnecting and healing after a big loss that we faced last year. I lost both my parents, and after that, when something like that rocks your world so badly, you want to just pull everything in and reconnect. So that's what we did. We
realise how precious life is. And if you're going to do it, then do it now.
Exactly.
That's what we're doing, because we're doing it now and not in 10 years or 5 years or when the kids are that or that. It's just do it now.
Yeah.
And that's that reconnection.
Yeah. But a lot of you have asked and said, you're British. Like I say, we emigrated 16 years ago to New Zealand, and New Zealand has been home for 16 years. And a lot of you have asked, what has it been like coming back to the UK? And that's what we're here to talk about. So take it away then, Brian, because I know you've got lots to say. So shall we just do first of all,
yes.
Was it what you expected when you came back to... We're in England, obviously.
I've got to rewind just a tiny bit, because moving back to the UK, you do lose your mind a little bit. And we're actually in Freshford, not Bathford, like Liz said.
Oh, did I say Bathford?
Yes, you did. I don't know. I think you're thinking just outside of Bath, we're Freshford, but...
I'm a bit nervous because we're sitting on the side of a road. If you're listening to this on audio and not watching on YouTube, the video version of this is we've found a bench that we're going to tell you a little story about in a minute, actually.
Yes.
Because this man just stopped us and told us this fantastic story about this bench, and it ties in nicely to this podcast.
Yep.
We've found a bench at the side of this road, but it's not a road, is it? It's like skinny little lane.
It's tiny. It's like the smallest single track road you'd get in New Zealand, but it's just literally one car. That's all can go on it, and there's logs and everything. So there's no passing bit. So whoever's on it literally has to reverse back up.
Yeah, and we're at the top of the village. Looking down, we can see the school, the church, all the houses, the playing fields, the cafes over there in the left. There's rolling hills, but behind us is the most glorious, glorious view that you will ever see. It's a valley filled with all different shades of orange because it is now autumn in England.
Yep.
And we just couldn't resist. We were like, let's just sit on that bench and film with that in the background, because we keep stopping here and looking at this view, and it's just tremendous.
Yep,
so
the
it's beautiful.
Stoke Valley, it's called.
So go on, what were you going to say then about coming back to England?
What was I going to say? Come back. Oh,
have you forgotten?
Yes.
Well, rewind your mind then. You just said you felt muddled because you came back to England.
No, I wasn't saying muddled. I just meant that because you'd said Bathford and not.
I bet you were. I bet you as soon as I said that. I know.
There you go.
It's like,
first mistake. Yes.
Hang on then, I'll just have a for that.
Let's see how Emily we can do on the podcast, which is normally a lot for me anyway. Yeah. So I don't feel that muddled, but I don't feel as clear as what I do when I live in New Zealand.
Why not?
I don't know, and that's what I don't know. Is it the clarity of light there that makes things that just ping out a bit brighter? We've had some amazing weather here, so I can't really say no, it's not the light, but it could be something else. It could be, I don't know, there is a certain greyness about the UK.
Brian, I'm sorry, but I'm going to stop you there.
Well, maybe it's the slate roofs.
No,
I don't know.
No. It's not grey. It's flipping gorgeous. It's
yeah, but look at
green.
it,
It's
yes.
yeah, but please don't say it's
How
grey
green is
because
my
people
valley?
who have exactly,
Yeah.
People, and that's Welsh.
Well, it doesn't.
Well, you're
it's
not
the
Welsh.
UK, isn't it?
I know.
Oh, do you know what? There's a little bit of Welsh in me. I've got the Morgans on my side.
Yeah, I always forget about that. I always
The
forget about
Dorians
that.
on one side and the Morgans on the other.
Oh, we've got a story to tell you
And
in
the
a bit
Blairs.
about some Irish people. We'll just tell you that. Just remind me, Bri. Don't let me forget
Yeah,
about
let's
that.
not forget about
that.
That's
But-
one of the challenges, isn't
yeah.
it? Yeah.
And I'm going to save my biggest challenge until the end of the podcast. So, to keep you waiting and hanging on and just so we get a longer retention really on YouTube.
Yes.
Keep you watching a bit longer.
2 days later.
No, do you know what? What has really struck me coming back to England this time is the beauty, is the absolute beauty of this country. It is stunning. And the reason I stopped you is because there is a misconception in, I'm going to say New Zealand because I haven't lived anywhere else in the world. In New Zealand where it's like, oh, it always rains in the UK, doesn't it? It's always rain, they're always moaning and it's always miserable. No, that's not true. That's not true.
Yeah.
The UK is flipping gorgeous, especially at this time of year. And I don't know why, but we have had the most magnificent weather since we've been here.
We have, apart from the odd rainy day, which is probably 4 in total, I would say. And this is starting from the 1st of August and it's now coming towards the end of October, or it is the end of October. So literally 4 days or so of rain. That's it.
But here's the
Amazing.
thing.
Yeah.
We were saying about this the other day.
Yeah.
I don't know whether, because if you rewind 16 years ago, I had my own burger van. I was selling burgers all day to try and pay off our credit card. Bri was a plumber, had his own heating business, working your guts out.
Yep.
We had 2 small kids. You know what that's like. You never get a chance to look up. And I don't know whether we've come back to the country, and because we are now very mature and sophisticated, older, and our job is fantastic because we support people who are moving to New Zealand and we create content and we run a community and we love it, and I write and we do this. Is it now, I'm asking this question but I know the answer. I think it's because we are in such a settled, not settled, but we're in a different place to where we were then, that we can suddenly open our eyes and go, oh my God, this is absolutely gorgeous. And we never could see that before.
Yes, but we touched on that on a previous podcast about when you live next to the ocean and you just, we lived in Newquay in Cornwall, you don't see it anymore.
No.
So yes, it's true. Wherever you live, you don't see that beauty.
Especially not if you're working all the time.
It's like when you live in a town and then you say to your partner or whoever you're with, or even just yourself, go, I'm going to be a tourist today. I can get on a tourist bus. And then you see things in a different light.
Have you ever done that in your life?
Yes.
When?
I did it here in Bath.
When?
Why'd you have to say when?
Because you had me about saying Freshford, that's why.
It was when I think Linda, my sister, came up from Cornwall and we all jumped on the open top tour for the day. And I think I did it again when my brother was here and did it twice, but it was the same story, so it was not quite the same.
I think you've become really sensitive since you've come back to England. You seem like always on your guard.
Because you have to be. You become more English because you feel like you do have to be on your guard. Because the population is so much more than what it is in New Zealand. Say, New Zealand's slightly bigger landmass than the UK, but what have they got here? 65, 70 million? We don't really know. Yeah. And in New Zealand, 4.5, 5 million, they don't really know. Well, they can do a little bit more down there.
Do you know what, Brian? And she probably won't listen anyway, but this is about Tess, our daughter.
Yeah.
She came home from work the other day. She's got a job in an Italian restaurant in town, in Bath.
Yeah.
And she came home and she put her bag down and she went, oh, I'm knackered.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, I've never heard you use that language before. Normally you'd say, God, I'm so tired, it was so busy, it's been a busy day. But it's a real English thing to say, oh, how are you? Knackered. Don't they, Bri?
Yeah.
Everyone says it. And I thought, oh no, now my darling daughter's saying it as well, my precious girl.
And it's a very slang thing for the UK. You don't hear it so much in New Zealand. I mean, and if you're from the US, knackered is where the horses used to end up, in the knacker's yard, and that was it. That was the end of their life, you know, and that's where knackered comes from.
Everyone says it. Everyone says it here. It's a thing that you just say, and just hearing her say it, and she's only 21, and she's, I don't know, I just thought,
Yeah.
and even, I'm not even myself, but I could feel myself last week moaning, you know, like going into that negative,
Well,
whatever.
that's not new.
Pardon?
That's not new.
Brian, everyone knows that I'm a positive person.
Yeah, but
I try to be.
Yes, but we
both do.
We are, and
Yeah.
I think that is one of the major struggles here. Just a simple example, a little story. We haven't got a garden at the moment, and we've got a 2 foot by 2 foot step that we stand on, which is about 6 steps up from the floor level. So we're kind of looking down at most people that are walking by and things.
Because the house is Georgian,
Yes.
and it's got like steps looking down
it's-
into the street.
Yeah, and we stand there, and on the days that the sun is out, we stand there and look into the early morning sun. You know,
Just judging the
8
village,
o'clock,
you know, just
that's it,
judging everyone as they walk
judging
past.
everybody, and people will just look at you and go, "Oh, morning! Oh, you're here again, looking in the sun," and you go, "Yeah," and they go, "Oh, don't worry, it won't last long." Straight away, it's a down, and that's the difference. Instead of you have a great day, you know.
Yet,
Yet,
there's nothing worse than fake positivity.
No.
There's nothing worse, Bri,
but it's
than good morning. Yes, it is a good morning, and it's going to get
But
better.
some people will
shut up. No,
yeah,
it's
but
not.
yeah, but-
Oh no, I'm turning into a priest.
Oh, shut up!
I'm knackered.
Off.
Oh no.
See, that's
What's
where
happening
it
me?
starts
Bring me
to
back.
pull you back down, and so you're all down there with everybody else.
No,
And I'm
just
not
trying to
saying
be
that you're above
funny.
everybody else, but
No.
you can only run on your positivity for so long without being pumped up by everybody else. You know, it's when you go into a room and you're the one who's like bump, and people see that, and they kind of like latch onto it, and it's not long before you start to drain.
I know.
And some people aren't. Some people are the life and soul of a party and,
Yeah.
and things like that. And you wonder why. And you just think, what is that difference?
Yes.
Yeah,
So what is it?
it's just England, I think.
I'm trying to figure this one out. I really am. I'm trying to figure it out. And again, I'm not. I don't mean to be. I love this country. I don't mean to be like, oh, you're all miserable and moaning, because I'm English, so I can say what I want. But I think it is because there is so little space, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. With
But there isn't though. You look around here.
oh, I
there's
know, but
masses
this is
of it, isn't there?
posh.
I know.
This is. You have to be
it's
wealthy
well
to live
do.
here.
Yeah, you do.
You can't afford to. We couldn't afford to live here. We're renting,
But there are-
we're splitting the rent with.
But there are council houses to the left.
I know,
You know,
but
and
you're
there's a whole
lucky to
bank
get a
of them.
council house, Bri.
You would be very lucky
You'd be
because
very
they've got
lucky.
huge gardens and they've probably been sold a
I
long
know,
time ago, and now
exactly.
they're private houses.
But what I'm saying, the normal people, where you live normally,
Yeah.
and like I say, unless you've got a massive, massive mortgage,
Yeah.
or you're rich, your parents are rich, whatever, you live in a normal street with, you know, normal estates,
Yeah,
with normal
But
neighbours
that's-
next to you.
Isn't
And
that
it's
isn't that the same as anywhere though?
no,
sometimes?
it's not, because this is, again, I don't want to keep comparing this to New Zealand, but we have lived in New Zealand for 16 years, so that has been the majority of our home, is in New Zealand, and there are houses together in New Zealand, of course there are, but I remember moving to New Zealand and thinking, what, we can afford a detached house? And everyone was like, well, yeah, because most houses are detached. It's where we live.
Yes, exactly.
in
I agree.
Taranaki,
You know, it's different.
you have your own space, Bri.
Yeah, it's
you
different
have
in
your
the
own
big
space.
cities, like any city. You know, space is a premium.
But we don't live in a big city, we live in New Plymouth, so...
No, I know. I'm just saying though, you know, because you always get the people who are going to go, oh, you don't know what it's like here. You don't know what it's like. And it's like, no, we don't. We only go off our own experience, and it's like, you know, we're not a news channel with all the
All right,
experience in the world.
Brian,
I'm
stop
just saying.
defending yourself.
Just saying.
I know you're just saying, but you
Yeah.
don't need to just say. Just say this
but
then.
see, that's the English side of you. Then it gets to you, doesn't it?
Does it?
I think it does, Liz.
Does it?
And I think that's what I'm saying. It starts to, you know, you become the average of the people you're around. You start
But
to
you're
then.
around me.
Well, that's what I mean.
There's only me and you.
That's another podcast on its own. Me living with Liz.
Do you know what? Me and Brian stood there this morning. We're like, imagine what it'd be like to have a team of people around you.
I
Because we were
know.
I was asking Brian if he missed, because there's a bunch of tradies working on the house at the back of
Yeah.
us. And you can hear them, and they're all like, "Oh, morning, mate," you know, like all in there and having their tea. And I said to Brian, "Do you miss it?" And he said, "Yeah." You said, "I miss the team."
I miss the camaraderie,
Yeah.
but I don't miss the work, you know, because it's not that you don't miss the work. I think the word I'm looking for, I don't think there's a one word. It's just, I don't miss the work.
No, why would you?
Yeah.
Why would you?
Yeah.
Why would you miss getting on your hands and knees and doing that?
The part that
And you can sit here and
I
have
look
me
at the
insult you and
lifestyle I
stuff.
had back then. Yeah, but you get up, you know, you have your whatever it is, and then you just end up eating all that food from the Spa or the Foursquare or whatever it is, and I don't miss that side of it, like, you know, because everything's in a rush. You've got to be on site before 7, and you haven't had time to make a proper meal for yourself for lunch, and so I don't miss that. I don't miss that side of it.
And we just said, to finish off that sentence, we just said, imagine what it would be like to have a team of people around you. But then, you know, like, oh, someone coming in with the camera, someone coming in with the sound, someone coming in with a script, someone coming in with ideas, someone coming in with a list of keywords, someone coming in with a YouTube thumbnail. Yeah. And then we just said, we looked at each other, didn't we? And we just said, actually, it's so much better just me and you.
It's simpler.
It is.
Simple is easy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Easier, you know? Yeah.
So another challenge that I have personally, I think both of us have faced moving to New Zealand. Coming from New Zealand back to the UK, is, and this is a really interesting one, and I want you to listen carefully. If you are living in New Zealand and you've never left New Zealand, in New Zealand they have this thing called tall poppy syndrome, and the Kiwis reckon that New Zealand has got tall poppy syndrome, where if you try and do something, people will put you down and go, no, you can't do it. Absolute rubbish. Absolute the opposite of our experience in New Zealand. I'm sorry, but it is. It's anything we've ever tried to do in New Zealand, and I'll give you some examples, and we've been quite out of the box. We have built our own home on a piece of land that was like that. It was like no one wanted that piece of land because it was just a hill, unbuildable hill. Oh yeah, we can do that, mate, no problem, let's get onto it, let's sort that out. That was our first thing. Second thing, I wanted to homeschool my kids. Oh yeah, do it, just do it. Do it for a term and see how you go, just do it. You'll be great at that, yeah, that's fantastic. Third thing, I'm gonna start my own theatre company and I'm gonna go around school. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea, that does. You know, oh, now we're gonna take the kids, they're 16 and 13, now we're gonna take them around the world for a year. Brian's gonna sell his business and we're gonna go and sleep on people's couches and go around the world for a year. Wrote a book about that, by the way, you can buy it. Oh, that sounds like good on you. That sounds fantastic. Brilliant, guys, brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, now we're going to start a YouTube channel. Oh, you brilliant. Yeah, we'll watch it. Fantastic. That is, I swear to God, that is all we have ever experienced in New Zealand.
That's that positivity that we talk about. It's not so much tall poppy syndrome. I mean, tall poppy syndrome is like, look at that flash car.
Oh, is that what it means?
I think sometimes it's that, like he's doing a bit good for himself, isn't he? Like, you know, and you know, so they don't turn up in the shitty or they wear just regular clothes and stuff. You know, they're not wearing this pinstripe suit to go for a cup of coffee.
Okay,
like, you know?
I've got that wrong then. I thought tall poppy syndrome was
it's a bit of both, I think.
When you try and do something, people tell you
it's
can't.
when you stand out a little bit, the tall poppy above everybody else. And I think that's what it means, like, you know. And
I've never thought that.
Yeah,
I've never found that.
like we would just call it, you know, be careful of that pedestal that you're standing on. You know, it might wobble and fall. It's the same type thing, isn't it? Like, you know,
okay.
Put yourself up too high.
So is it when people sort of say, I don't know, oh, I'm better than you, or
yes,
I would never live there. That's far too common.
Yeah, look at me.
Like that,
look at me in my Ferrari.
Right, okay.
What have you got a Ferrari in New Zealand for? You know, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway.
But we can still lead on to this subject because. Yep. And again, I don't like being negative about a country, but I'm telling you the truth.
But this is just.
I know, but I don't like it. I don't like bringing people.
But that's what happens when you live here.
I know.
But
we're just pointing out these things that we have come across.
Yeah.
We have found since being here that whenever we say what we're going to do, or we've got an idea to do something. For instance, write another book, anything, you know, just, I won't go into it, but the things that we're thinking of doing, we have been met with, oh, it's been done before though, hasn't it? Trouble is, they've already done that. Trouble is, they did that and it didn't succeed, so I wouldn't waste your time really.
Yeah.
Trouble is, it's too expensive, isn't it? Yeah, that I know a bloke who was going to do that, and he ended up on the dole. Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah.
It feels like that. It feels like you have to go into it wearing your armour, going, don't say anything about my ideas.
Yeah, I think that comes round to conforming, and I think if you conform, you're with everybody else, and you're doing the same as me. We're all having a tough time. We're all having a good time together. We're all having a tough time. It goes along, but as soon as you don't conform, which again looks like that tall poppy syndrome side of things, it's like, what? They don't know what you're doing, and they don't want to really know what you're doing because you're not doing what we're doing. And I think that's when that's what we talk about, the New Zealand side of things. It's like, oh yeah, good on you. Oh, I've got some friends who do that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Whereas here, it's just like everybody needs to conform because otherwise society doesn't work, you know?
And here's a positive that I bring out of that. As you were talking, I thought there's something really positive to say about that. The thing that I love about being back in England is the British have this thing where we all stick together. I hope you're not going to contradict me here. No, but I think they have. I get this feeling of like, you're one of us. Yeah, let's all stick together. Yeah. We're all in this crap together, aren't we, eh? Yeah. We'll get through somehow. And it feels good. It feels good. It's like when the sun comes out, oh, I'm having a barbecue tonight. It's Friday night. We're going to have a few beers. Oh, yeah. And you feel like, yeah, so am I. I feel part of it. It's brilliant. Yeah, I love it. I love that feeling. Now, again, you can't really use us as an example for New Zealand because we live in the middle of nowhere on a hill and we never come out. I've told you that before. We very rarely...
Very unsociable people.
We are unsociable. Yeah. So maybe if we joined a club or did something in New Zealand, it would be this... Oh, no, obviously not. Stop. Actually, rewind that. So, yeah, that's it.
So that's the thing. It's like me and Liz always joke about... we've got there's the old boys... New Plymouth Old Boys. They've got a club in Oakura, and it's the surfing club, and there's a little bar next to it, isn't there? And every Friday night, all the local people in the cafe go, oh, we're going down for a beer tonight, and Liz always says to me, why don't you go? And I go, don't know, don't really want to.
Because you're scared.
Yes.
You're scared they're going to see through you and go, oh, you're not a real man.
Yeah. Don't want to lose any energy.
All you care about is what you used to pack for your packed lunches.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a little dog coming over now and having a look at what we're doing.
Yeah, he's interested.
We want to tell you a story, actually. We want to tell you a story about this bench that we are sitting on, because we just came out this morning. We brought all our things.
That's the person who told you.
Oh, was it? Was it the person who told us?
It's just like, yeah.
Oh, okay. So the man who's just walked past with his dog, as we were setting up to do this podcast this morning, we set all the tripod up, and there's a bench, and
my bum's getting numb on it.
I know, we're leaning against the back of the bench, and he said, "Do you know the story of this bench?" He just stopped, didn't he? He said, "Do you know the story?"
Oh, do you know the area? And I went, well, kind of, but not really.
Yeah. And he said, well, do you want to tell it?
No, you can tell it.
You tell the story.
You tell it. I'm telling the story.
And he goes, that bench was called the sad bench. He said, because the bench is facing down the valley and the trees had all grown up and taken away the view. So there was no view down the valley any longer. Right. He said, so what the council did was they came and they cut the trees down or cut the trees out, and now you can see down the valley. And so at first when he told us, I thought, oh no, I don't want to do a podcast on a bench called a sad bench. Yeah. But actually it was a sad bench, and now it's not a sad bench. So I just thought that was really poignant for how I'm starting to feel being here on this healing journey that we're taking, this year-long journey. How it was just really, it was really relevant, really lovely when I heard that, you know.
But that leads me onto a positive and a little negative about the people in the village. So the older people are super friendly. The guy is an old guy. He's got to be in his late 70s, 80s, and they stop and interact with you.
I know.
Because you're doing something.
I know.
You know, they must walk down this every day, you know, because they've got a dog and they're out walking. And I've found that all the older people all want to interact as a community. Yet we see from just slightly out of the village where people walk and bring their kids in the morning when we're standing on our step looking down at everybody
Or stoop.
from a height of about 3 feet.
Or parrot stoop.
And the people who are in the 30s with kids don't even look up. Don't even look up to say good morning. And I just think, what's happened? Where people will, good morning, and I find a lot of people in New Zealand will say good morning.
No, they won't, not in their 30s.
No,
They're
but again,
the same.
what's happened to the 30-somethings? I know they can turn around and say, oh, you're a, I don't know, what do they call me? A boomer, because I'm the last of the boomers.
Are you?
Yes. And, you know, that's what you feel like saying to them, boom.
Is that what you feel like saying, is it, Bri?
Yes,
well,
that's
that'd
it.
tell them, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I think you should say that next time you meet a 30-year-old or something.
You don't know, you'll never know.
Just say that, just say
Yeah.
boom.
Yeah.
See what they say.
Do you know, I heard a great thing the other day was, again, about you know, the younger people or the younger generation of, you know, the classic story of, you know, you're an immigrant into a country, you've done all right for yourself, you've worked up through from being the lowest of low to ended up probably even owning the company or starting your own company. And then you have kids and you're going, I'm never going to let them do what I did because that was a hard life. It's not good for them. I'm going to give them everything. And I think that's what's happened a lot of the time is like some people have had everything. And what he was saying was they get to a point where there's no drive because, you know, it's too easy to look at the phone these days and just make it easy. I don't like the way it's making me feel this. So you get out your escapism into a phone or whatever it is. I'm not blaming it all on phones, but I'm just saying I just feel that with that generation of the 30-somethings that
do you know what, Brian?
They want to blame someone.
Yeah, well, yeah. I understand what you mean about the. I don't know if it's they want to blame.
Is it worldwide that, or is it just here in the UK, or does it
It's
happen?
worldwide, I think.
It is,
but do you know what? I was talking to my brother about this the other day, and because he's got kids the same age as me and Bri, a bit younger, and we were saying about how we as parents have made it so we desperately want to make their life easier. Excuse me, I'm getting nervous now. We desperately want to make their life easier, but it's not. It doesn't do them any favors, you know.
Yeah.
It really doesn't. But you can't stop. You just can't stop trying to make it easier for them. And me and my brother were saying, why? Why is that? Is it because we had it hard? And when I say had it hard, you know, again, not going to go into it, but lived in a council house. We never had any money, and whatever. But it wasn't easy compared to our kids' life.
Yeah.
It was the complete opposite, and I'm sure the same is for you. Now, is it because you don't want them to go through what you had to go through? But then, as I said to Jamie, when you look back, that made you the person you are.
I know.
That made
But you had time to think.
the strength and the grit and the determination and the person you are. So I don't think we're doing them any favours.
I don't know, yeah.
And we, me and Bri, try really hard, you know, to go, no, you've got to pay for that, you've got to do that, you've got to, I mean, when you listen to our kids sometimes, they're like, oh, you know, we wouldn't have got away with that, we wouldn't have been able to do that, you wouldn't have said that to her. And you think, thank God, at least I did something right then, you know, because I would hate for them to say, oh, we were allowed to do everything, we got everything. But again,
I know, but
we're making the same mistakes too. We are.
Well,
I know we are.
You have to make a mistake. You have to make mistakes to learn. That's the only way you'll learn. I remember, you know, the guy coming around to my house with a big, huge pair of scissors to cut up my credit cards because I'd run them up. And I was probably 20 years old at the time. And it's just like,
you were older than that when that guy used to come around asking for £50 a week.
Yeah, well, from 20 years old to 24 years old, I was completely and utterly broke. I really was. I didn't have a penny, and I just ran credit cards up, and I had about £7,000 in debt. I mean, back then that was a shitload of money. And he just cut them up in front of me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, best thing he ever did.
Here's another thing about, and again, I don't know if I love this or I hate it. I feel both on it. Like, you know, Time Between Two Lovers, that's why I sang that song to you. I have noticed, especially because I'm a nosy cow and I'm always listening to other people's conversations when I'm in a cafe. I can't stop it, like, you know. And if you go to a cafe in England, there's people sitting right next to you, just airing their washing. airing the dirty washing to each other. And I said to him, I said, do
Yeah,
you want
they
to
do,
see me
don't they?
tomorrow night? Well, if you do, you better put your ideas up, because I'm not making your dinner every night. He comes in and he looks at me and he said, I'm like, it's like being
Yes.
on a reality TV show. It's bliss, because it's like, oh my God,
Gossip.
shut up, Brian. Yeah, I need to listen to this.
You go to the cafe with Les and she's like that.
Yeah, I
And
am.
I'm talking to her and she just like completely ignores me.
It's
like she
because you're
normally does.
boring compared to that.
Yes.
But the other side of it is I don't want to know. It makes me feel a bit funny listening to that.
Do you know what? That goes back.
I'd rather just tell everyone on YouTube.
But that goes back to that. We've talked. I think exactly. We've talked about this before, haven't we? Where that colonialism feeling of people that moved to a new country as pioneers, the community was very small, and if you talked to each other or badmouth someone, they got to hear about it. And it's the same, I still think, to this day in New Zealand, because everybody kind of knows each other, or they've got a cousin there, or someone over there, or wherever it is. So they tend not to talk about other people. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
in New Zealand, they don't.
It would get back to
because
them.
it's going to get around the village, or it's going to get around the town,
Yeah.
because there's not that many people, or there's a family member who knows that person you're talking about, and that's going to get back to them, that you were bad-mouthing them.
Yeah.
So I think to come in here, you really notice it. We never noticed it before.
I know.
Because
we just thought
everyone's
everyone
doing
was
it.
nice.
Yeah.
We just thought it was just us.
But
We
when
just
you-
thought,
yeah.
oh, we're a bit odd. But then you come here. Do you know, we went to a gathering the other day. There was a bit of a gathering in the village, and we went to it. And they were asking us about New Zealand. They said, how is it different? And I said, and stupidly, I'd had a couple of glasses of wine, when your tongue is just too loose. And stupidly, I said, well, for a start, people don't gossip to each other about each other. And the woman said,
They were shocked, weren't they?
they were shocked. And she said to me, well, what do they talk about then?
Yeah. What are you going to talk about?
And I went, and then I couldn't remember. And
The
I
weather.
said, the weather. Yeah. The wind, the weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what
That's
people
all
talk
poppy
about.
up the road.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But yeah, I do. I can't believe it. I actually can't believe it. Should we tell the story about what happened in that cafe?
Yeah, talking to cafes, stay with that.
Yeah. So we went into Bath the other day. Just wanted a break, we just wanted to see something different, because we have been spending every day in this beautiful village, and quite rightly so. It is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, and we don't feel the need to go anywhere. But we looked at each other and we're like, why? What are we doing? Like, we don't ever go anywhere or do anything.
Yeah.
So,
But one of the main reasons why you wanted to go in was to take that purple fluffy fleece back.
oh yeah.
Do you regret buying that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
£35 for a
Yeah.
fleece.
I know.
I know, and it wasn't even good.
I know. But
And
do you know, that's the thing with here, though, isn't it? It's like, if you take something back in New Zealand, they want to know what and why, and we might give you money
Oh, it was
back, or we
bliss.
might not do. But
Just
here,
didn't even
it's
look at
just
the
like,
labels.
They don't do anything. They just
No.
give you money back, don't they?
I bought this fleece. It was, and when you have one of those moments, you think, I'm going to change. I'm going to change everything about myself, and I'm going to be different, and I'm going to be one of these hippie people that.
Comfy.
No, it wasn't the fleece. The fleece was comfy. I'm always into comfort. I love comfort. It was the colour.
Right.
It was bright purple, right?
It was the sort of purple that is on top of a crown in England.
Yeah.
You know, the royal purple.
Yeah.
Like the
And I put it
cloaks and
on,
things.
and I looked in the mirror in the shop, and I thought, I love this. I can see me wearing this with a bright pair of orange pants. I might get a couple of little clips and put them in my hair like this.
Yeah.
I might just change. I might just go, yeah, whatever. I don't know why I did that. Oh, God.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Don't know why I did it. It's because we watched that film last night about John Lennon, and I'm in the 60s vibe. Anyway,
I know,
so I
yeah.
bought this purple fleece, £35, in fact it was £37, which is like 80 New Zealand dollars, which
It's
I
the
would
best part of
never.
100 New Zealand dollars at the moment.
No, it's not 100.
Not far off it.
Don't make me feel that bad.
Not far off it.
I'll never spend that much.
I know, but it doesn't seem so much, £35, does it?
Anyway, got it home and went outside on the step, because that's the only place we ever stand. Day or night, we're just always on the step. It's either with a coffee or with a wine. Put the fleece on, standing outside, feeling really 60s, really hip. Tess comes out and went, oh my God, what's that? That's gross. And I went, what? See?
Yeah.
She'd never say that
She'd
normally.
never say that normally, no.
She said, oh. And I went, what? Don't you like it? She went, well, not really, no. It's a bit disgusting, isn't it, the colour? Well, that was
Yeah.
it then.
That was
Took it back.
That's going back.
Took it back.
Yeah, labels back on.
Yeah. No, luckily I hadn't taken the labels
Oh,
off.
right.
Oh, but I was all ready for a fight. You know, when you think, I'm going to take this back and they're going to say that I'll give you a
credit note.
And I thought, no, I just want my money back. But the woman was lovely, in millets it was, took it back. I said, can I bring this back? She said, yep, of course you can. Just didn't even look at the labels, didn't ask me why I was bringing it back, didn't ask me to fill in any stupid forms saying why I was bringing it back. Just said, yep, there you go, put your card in there and I'll put your money back.
Yeah, and that's how it
And then
should
she
be.
did say, actually, I was going to say that colour's not really you, is it, love?
Yeah, it's gross.
Look gross in that colour.
Back to the cafe.
Anyway, so we went into Bath and there's this little, in the middle of Bath, there's this area, this roundabout. It's where all the tourist bus stop.
Yep.
And there's a taxi rank there, and opposite is the cathedral, beautiful Bath Cathedral.
It's Bath Abbey, actually.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Bath Abbey.
Yes, that's just the side, and over the
Only lived here for
road
12
is
years, I don't know.
the Imperial Hotel.
Yeah.
Which is gorgeous on the top of it because it has 4 different types of architecture on the top.
And we'd had our lunch, so we weren't hungry, but I always fancy something. And there's this little cafe in this part of town that looks out onto all the tourist bus and the taxi rank, and it's where all the tourists are. And there's a shop next door to it that sells all like touristy things, magnets and bags and things like that. And I keep saying to Brian, and they've got tables outside, and I keep saying to you, we should sit there and have a coffee and just watch people, because people watching is my favourite thing to do in the world. And anyway, we get there that day, and I said to Brian, oh look, they do cream tea. Do you want to sit down and have a cream tea? Yeah. Brian's like, no, gluten, blah, blah, blah. I said, no, Brian, just take an antacid and we'll sit down, we'll have a cream tea.
Okey-dokey.
So, so I went into the shop. Now, here's the thing, because, yeah.
The Brit came out in you, didn't it?
The Brit did come out in me. I'll let you decide about this. I went in, it's $6.95 for a cream tea, right? I thought, oh, $6.95, that's like 50 New Zealand dollars at the moment. I thought that's a bit rich, especially because Brian will probably leave it anyway. So I said to the girl behind the counter, oh, crow, I like that sound. Yeah. I said to the girl behind the counter, how many scones do you get for that cream tea for $6.95? And she said, 1. And I went, are they big? And she went, yeah, they are, they're big. And I went, oh, okay, I'll have, I said, and it's 1 pot of tea? And she went, yeah. And I went, is it big? And she went, clocking on now. Yeah. She goes, it's quite big. And I went, okay, can I have 1 cream tea and an extra cup and saucer, please?
It's the council house person in you, isn't it, coming out? Yeah.
I thought, yeah, because you're not going to eat it anyway.
Yeah.
And all we wanted is a cup of tea just to sit and look at people. So she went, oh, she was mad. She went, yep. Didn't say no, though. Anyway, so go out, proud as punch, sit on this little table outside the cafe. There's 2 chairs and 1 chair on the other side. Yeah, so there's 3 chairs.
It's a square table up against the window, and the 3 chairs around it, aren't there?
So I said to Bri, pulled a nice one there, Bri. I said, cream tea to share. It's only cost us $6.95 this. So we sit there. The girl brings the cream tea out. 2 cups and saucers, lovely China teacups. Love that about England. Lovely China tea and cups, and a jug of milk. Well, me and Brian don't take milk in our tea because we're like hippie like that. So the jug of milk sat next to the window, me and Brian facing each other, having our cup of tea, eating our cream tea. Finish the cream tea, looking around, looking at the people. Crowd of tourists turn up. This woman comes out of the cafe holding a takeaway tea or coffee, whatever she had.
It was tea, actually.
With her friend, come up to our table, like literally that close to our table. Oh, is there just 1 chair? I'm not going to do an Irish accent because I can't do it. Is there just 1 chair here? And we said,
I have to be sure.
Yeah, I have to be sure. Is there just 1 chair? And we went, yes. And she went, takeaway? They didn't even have like China teacup. She goes, well, I'll sit here. And she said, and the other one said, and I'll just stand. And she looks at Brian and she goes, don't worry about getting up. She went, I'll just stand. Hello?
I haven't finished yet.
Yeah, we're drinking our tea and still choking back the gluten cream tea.
Yeah.
So she sits down, and like I say, I don't mind people sharing your table. Well, I do, but I'll say I don't.
Well, no.
She was on top of us, wasn't she?
I think that it was just rude.
It was rude.
it was rude to the fact that you can see someone's just sitting there at a table. It's different if there was like 4 seats and can we share because it's busy.
Yeah, and you're facing
But
you turn your chair away.
You've got takeaway cups.
So
I thought she was just going to sit down and take a tea bag out or something and then go.
So did I.
You know?
And the kindness person in you goes, yeah, oh yeah, of course. But then they abused that kindness. It gets worse. She sits down, face like that close to us. I mean, literally, I could feel her breath on me. And she goes, could you pass me the milk?
In that little jug.
The little jug.
In the little jug.
Well,
this one?
The one that we've like paid for, you mean? And I said, oh yeah, of course. Idiot. Oh, well, here you go. I'm surprised I didn't offer to pour it for her. She just tips the whole jug of milk.
Well, she tipped half of it in, didn't she?
And then tips the other half about 2 minutes later into her tea and just drank the whole cup of tea in front of us. And now here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. We were the scabby ones because I went in and said, oh yes, we're going to share a cream tea. Now, am I able to judge that person when I've been scabby myself? Now she's been scabby to me and said, I'm going to drink your milk.
But that was just, you don't do that, do you?
No, you don't.
It's like, you may as well say, is there any tea left in your pot? It's the same thing. She didn't know we didn't take milk.
I'm surprised she didn't lick her finger and wipe the crumbs up on the plate.
I know, it was just, and she had a cookie that she was in a bag that she slammed down on the table. And she literally did, and I'm like,
what's going on?
Do you want us to leave? That's how it felt. Yeah. I don't know whether they're Irish or whether they're a little bit... Well, like
I wouldn't
gypsies.
say, oh God, it's getting worse.
Why? What's wrong with that?
I think these people were there on holiday. Honestly. No. They were on holiday and maybe they would had a busy day. Do you know what, Brian?
What?
They might have been the parents of the cafe owner and the girl said to them, go outside and get them off that table.
They were as hard as Liz. They really were. They wanted us off that so they could sit there and have a nice sit down.
And by the way,
what?
My grandma was a gypsy.
Oh, so was mine.
Why do you always try and say that? Whenever I say anything, you're always like, oh, so am I.
What did my dad say?
Yes.
Last time we were probably down there with him, he said, the Blairs, which are Scottish, he's done his lineage.
I thought they were Welsh.
No.
Well, you said Welsh before.
There's everything. We're English.
Oh, yeah, you're everything.
So we're
That's
everything.
Right, you're everything.
Yeah,
just
you can't be one
bases.
thing if you're English.
Yeah.
There's no pure bloods in England.
Go on then. What did he say?
The Blairs, and he's traced it back, and we were actually the king of the gypsies.
No, I don't believe you, Brian.
Oh my God, what? It's not me saying
I'm
it.
the king of the gypsies.
Anyway.
Do you know, my great-grandma was the first trapeze artist. I don't know, some travelling fairground in the circus.
Yeah.
That was my great-grandma. So, yeah.
No.
So that's that then, wasn't it, Bri?
It is. That's the great thing with being English, is like you can be Scottish, you can be Irish, and you can be Welsh when you want to be, and sometimes you can be English when you have to be. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll tell you, do you know what as well? I'll just tell you this, because I was just going to, there's so much to tell you, but we won't go on now because it'll go on too long. But the kids, especially Sonny, he said to me last night, he just said, I just miss the Mouldy sense of humour, which really surprised me. Not because the Mouldy aren't funny, because they bloody are.
Yeah.
But I thought that he would be more, I love the English sense, the British sense of humour, I love it. And he keeps longing for that. He keeps showing me TikToks of all these Mouldy jokes and, you know, their sense of humour that they've got. And he really, really misses it.
He does miss that, yeah.
And another thing, now listen up, that you people who listen to this and will watch this on YouTube who are sports fanatics, you'll like this if you're Kiwi. Tess, the other day, was at work in her Italian restaurant, kitchen full of chefs. Okay, so it's like an open kitchen, one of those really trendy restaurants where they cook in front of you at the restaurant. Kitchen full of chefs. That day, Bath Rugby were playing, and they were like all for it. And they said to Tess, okay then Tess, you were born in Bath, weren't you? And she said, yep. If Bath were playing New Zealand, it makes me want to cry. If Bath were playing New Zealand, who would you support? And she went, who do you think? And they went Bath, and she went, no, 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 New Zealand all the way. The All Blacks all the way for me.
Not that Bath would ever play them, but I see what she means. Yeah.
What does that? Why?
Well, because Bath is a
England then.
Is a city.
England.
Yeah, England. Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So England. If England were playing,
I mean,
New
they
Zealand.
play rugby union in Bath, as in that's the team. That's what. You know, it's not Super League or anything like that, or whatever they call it.
I'll tell you what.
Rugby league.
Here's another thing.
That's
We
the
went
word.
the other day. We went out with the kids to see Ralph Fiennes in a theatre, in a show. Can you believe that? We went to see Ralph Fiennes at the theatre. He was actually acting in the theatre.
Yeah.
And that was magnificent. That was, it cost us, you know, we had to remortgage the house to go, but it was a good night.
We were allowed to sit separately, didn't we? It was
we
weird to
did.
see us in the theatre. I'm sitting here, Liz is sitting over there, Tess is up the back there, and Sonny's over the other side of the circle that we were in.
I never know if it's Ralph Fiennes or Ray Fiennes.
Some people
Let
say
us know.
Rafe, some people
Let
say
us know
Ralph.
if you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, we went to the theatre, and then we'd gone out we went to Tessa's place to get something to eat, and then Bath Rugby were playing a match at home. Would you say? Is that what you say when they're
It's at
playing
the
it in
Rec
there?
ground. It's
They're
called
playing-
the Rec, and that's their home ground.
Yeah, and we walked over. It was drizzling and rain, you know, just starting to drizzle, and we saw the floodlights. Well, like Bath's playing, let's go and watch. And we walked down this street, and from this street, this narrow little street, you can look over and you can see the rugby ground, and you can see all the crowd. And my God, they were passionate, and I miss that.
I know.
I miss it. I miss that. You go to a theatre in the UK and people are screaming, they're clapping, they're whistling, they're cheering, they're passionate, and I miss that. I really do, because again, it's I love it. I love it. And to watch that at Bath, the rugby team, just they were flipping. It was alive.
You feel the energy, don't you, coming
alive.
from the stadium.
It was wonderful.
Yeah.
And that goes back to that thing of, whoa, you know, we're all in it together.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we're here together.
Yeah, Friday
And
night in the rain.
yeah, I love it. I absolutely loved it. So before we go, there is one thing, the last thing that I wanted to talk about, and the biggest, what's the word, struggle that we are having about being back in Bath is being back in England is having to leave if our kids don't come back with us.
Yep.
And again, if you've been following the podcast, you will know they're 21 and 24, and I think they are going to stay here on this side of the world. Now, my mum has died, my stepdad has gone, my sister is moving to Australia. In New Zealand, who have we got if we go back? And that is our home, and we've lived there for the last 16 years. But there's not one member of my family that will be there apart from me and you. And so it feels like, it just feels like this ivy around you that protects you and supports you and is there for you, because this is where they all are. You know, this is where, no?
I think you're thinking worst case scenario of what it, yes, this is it. Until you go back, you don't know. I don't think you can speculate how it feels when you go back. I just think it's something that, again, you put thought into something that at the moment, you don't know what's going to happen in 3 months. You don't know what's going to happen in that time, in the next, we're only halfway through the trip at the moment. So I don't think it's a worry to worry about. I know exactly what you're saying, and I understand what you're saying, but it hasn't happened yet, and it might not happen. They might just go, no, bad enough travelling, and I've had enough of the UK. I don't think it's so much the UK. I think it's just the Northern Hemisphere because of our son's work that he has. He's a YouTube streamer, and it's a much bigger reach and a bigger audience, because when he streams in New Zealand, it's New Zealand, Australia and the Philippines. That's all he seems to get. But when he's here, he gets the whole of Europe and the whole of America. So his business is starting to boom. And I understand that side of it. But once he gets to a size, he then can just change the time of his stream. And I don't know how you would do it, but I would imagine
also,
once you get big, that it will do it. But
Also, they're 23 and 21.
Yeah.
You know, of course they're going to want to.
everybody in New Zealand that has done an OE will understand that feeling of needing to get out from where you are to go and see what it's like elsewhere, because you can, and they do their OEs, and you know, it changes people's lives. I mean, and travel, we got a fantastic comment the other day about there was someone who had was a lady, I think, and she went traveling around the whole of New Zealand with a band. And she said the best time of her life. And I just loved that, because I just thought, yes, you know what comes to you in those times of hardship and everything when you're traveling and you haven't got two halfpennies to rub together, sort of thing. But you think about, if I could just do that, I'll do that. Or it's amazing, you find yourself and you think, oh, I can do this. And I'm not trying to poo-pah what you said, but I don't want you to go in too deep into something that really isn't going to help you thinking like that, because you've got to just think about now and enjoy now. And, you know, it's like, yes, you can go back to New Zealand, enjoy the summers, you can come back here, why you can still do it.
Yeah.
You know?
You know, as you were just talking then, I wanted to say that I've told you that I'm writing this book about the stages of grief and just the things that life throws at you when you lose someone that you love very, very much. And one of the reflections chapters is called I Don't Know. And I'm going to share that with you at the end of this podcast, because as you were talking, I thought it's so true. I need to take some of my own advice, because there is so much when you're going through such turmoil and loss and a new life that you don't know. Like we would go back to New Zealand. My mum would meet us off the plane, and it would be like, I've cooked you a roast dinner, and here's the dog back. But now there's no mum, there's no dog, there's no Kev, it's none of that is there. So you don't know, like, what is it going to be like? And now there might be no kids to come back with. So this reflection that I'm going to read you at the end of this podcast is about when you don't know. So I hope you stay around and enjoy that, because as you were talking, I was trying to remember that advice of, I know you don't know. You don't know. You can't know, but there are lots of things you do know, and you have to pull on that. You know, I know that, there are lots of things we do know. So I just wanted to share that as a personal struggle of, it feels so weird, because that has been our home for 16 years. I love it. The kids love it. And that's what I was going to say to you about Sonny. I feel sorry for Sonny because he adores New Zealand.
Yeah, he does. He didn't want to come on this trip.
That place. He didn't even want to come. He was like, no, I don't want to come. I've got my friends. He just loves everything about New Zealand he loves. And it happens that his business does really well.
Is on the world wide web.
Yeah, is
like
on the
this.
Northern Hemisphere, So we don't know. But Tess did say the other day at dinner, I really like the look of Australia. And he was like, oh, okay, well, I can do Australia. I can have you in Australia. That's not too bad, you know?
But Sonny goes, I'll never set foot in that country.
Oh, I know, because the flipping spiders. He needs to get over that. I'm going to send him to a hypnotist.
Yeah.
I am. All right, okay. So is there anything else you want to say about being in the UK?
Yeah, do you know what? You think your mind is full of the stuff when you're going through these things, and someone says something, that's going to go on the podcast, and then you forget, because you don't write it down or whatever it is. And maybe that's a good thing, because otherwise you can keep chipping away at something and then you end up hating something, don't you?
Yeah.
And I don't hate the UK.
Far from it.
Like you
Far
said,
from
it's
it.
a beautiful place. It's full of amazing people.
Yes.
Just like the other side of the world. And we're torn between these two places at the moment, aren't we?
Torn between two lovers is what we are.
Mm-hmm.
We are. You know, and both countries just absolutely gorgeous, and it's a completely different feel to how it was when we were here the last time.
Yeah.
It's expensive, mind you.
I look at it sometimes as like, if you were to go back to New Zealand by ourselves, I can't think of anything better. Sometimes.
Oh, see?
Yeah, but I can't.
I'm sorry,
no,
Vi.
but I'm just saying, I can't.
I can't think of anything worse.
What?
I'm kidding. advert with the two brummies.
Maybe I'll just go back by myself.
No,
It couldn't be better.
No, I'm sorry. I'm joking.
I'm only joking too.
I'm not really. But do you remember that advert, Bri, with the two brummies? And brummies is someone from Birmingham. I don't know if you remember this. It was in the 1980s. And the woman is there. I think it's a British gas advert or something. And the woman is there going, I just want to travel. I just want to go around the world. And he looks at her and he goes, I just want to be together.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
I remember it, yeah.
And it just reminded me of that then.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's a woman thing. I don't know. But
Maybe you should
I
watch.
just want those children near me. I just do. Just far enough away, but so I know that I can be close to them. And I don't think that's an abnormal thing. But
No, it's not.
I do like being on my own with you too, Brian.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. We might go back and go, oh my God, this is bliss.
Exactly.
Look at us running around naked in the house.
Yeah, I love to travel.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being here. And I hope that you are enjoying the reflections that I'm sharing with you from the book. The links are all in the description. Next time we will share with you, because we haven't had chance, but next time we will share with you what we're doing for the next 3 months in the winter. We've got all that sorted now. We know what we're doing January, February, March, and we will share that exciting news with you. Until then, thank you so much for being you, for being here with us, and I will speak to you soon.
Yep, so kia kaha, stay strong, stay true, and stay to yourself, and keep that mind open.
Yes.
Yeah, keep that battery charged and don't let it drain.
And remember, there's things you do know.
Yeah.
Okay.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye.
You know, you don't know. You don't know, you don't know, you don't know. You don't know why this happened. You don't know how to feel. You don't know what happens next. You don't know what's for dinner. You don't know the cost or if you slept. You don't know how to live without them. You don't know when you cooked it. You don't know the PIN number. You don't know your blood group or the last time you had a test. You don't know. You don't know what your future looks like. You don't know if you'll make it through. You don't know. But remember, for everything you don't know, there's something that you do. And you know so much. So much. You know the sun rises in the morning and sinks again at night. You know that leaves fall in autumn and buds come out in spring. You know that fire makes you warm and that matches aren't a toy. You know that babies always cry and tears always dry. You know stars go on forever and a rainbow has no end. You know that snow is white but sometimes yellow, and you know never to eat yellow snow. You know that coal is black and sooty, that sunflowers are yellow and that owls come out at night. You know that bears hibernate in winter. You know how to breathe. You know that rest is best, that water quenches thirst, that pillows need plumping. You know that children love stories and you know how to read them. You know that libraries are quiet and parties are loud. You know how to make a good cup of tea and to blow it when it's hot. You know that lions roar and bats have wings and zebras have stripes and cats like to nap. You know that peppermint is fresh and lemons are sour, that oceans are deep and stressed breathing is shallow. You know, you know, you know. You know that tadpoles turn to frogs, that angels have wings. You know that eggs hatch chickens, that chickens lay warm eggs. You know that straw smells sweet, and that time passes. You know how to love. You know how to spell love, how to read love, how to write love. You know what love means. You know that you've loved, that you are loved still, and that you'll always be loved. There is so much you know, you see, so much. You don't have to know everything right now. You already know enough. You do get a bit sulky, Bri.
Yeah, but you're going to, aren't you?
I was just too scared to say, what about this one?
Everything
No.
Is,
What
do you
about
know
this
why?
one? Horrible.
Do you know why? It's
What about
because
this one?
it's up to me
Too
then
much mileage.
to rebook the hotel for another night, then extend
See?
extend
There you
the
go
rental.
again. It's up to me.
Yes.
It's not all up to you.
But it would have been.
I'm here, Brian. I'm a real person.
Let's go.